All right, guys, day two. Hopefully, this will be we're definitely like laying it out as you'll see in a format you're used to, and so. But let me explain it for the advanced version, the Power Clean, and what I mean in parentheses. This is just for you guys if you while you're warming up, say 50, 60, 70, 75%, you can do a breakaway like that's a pull. And so a breakaway is where you get into position and you do a pull to where the bar gets about to the knee. So because that is the most important part of the pull. If your chest stays up, you're really driving with just your feet, your whole foot through the floor, and you're sweeping the bar in. When you get to the knee, what should have happened is the torso angle shouldn't have changed at all, and the bar should be swept back closer to the body. And so it's just practicing that first pull. And so I let you know, look, if you beginners want to do that too, you can, but I really wanted to keep the beginner version very simple. So like, it's not hard to understand or read. I really wanted to make it easy. Now let me explain to the way I write this. So clearly, hear me here. It's like when I say 80%, for 3 sets of 2. You take 80% of your 1RM. If you don't know what your 1RM power clean is, you can do this. You can take your back squat, and 75% of that is going to be your clean. So subtract 10 more percent, and that's probably going to be your power. If you don't know your back squat, let's say you have your front squat. 85% of your front squat is probably going to be your clean. Minus 10 more percent is your power clean. So just a simple way of doing it. Otherwise, you can just do 3 sets of 2 at something that's kind of hard, and then work up to a 2RM. And then the 8.5 RPE just means something that you could have done 1 or maybe 2 times. It's that simple. Just work up to something kind of heavy that you're not going to miss. It's as simple as that. Normally, that's around 86%-ish. I'm just giving you, if you want to go by percentages, you can do percentages. If you want to go by RPE, go by RPE. That's why I wrote it the way I wrote it. So anybody, no matter what you're used to, you have a way of doing the program. So it's not meant to be complicated. It's meant to serve all of you, is what I wanted to do. All right, and then the military press is going to be the same for both groups. It's just a 5RM and an 8 RPE. That's probably going to be around 80%. And it's going if you have velocity, which I don't even care if you have it, but if you do, it's probably going to happen at around 0.5 meters per second. Once you've reached that, whether you go by RPE, whether you go by percentages, or whether you go by velocity, I don't care. Subtract 10%, and you got 2 sets of 5 down sets. That's to make sure that you're really working on technique, ensuring that you're pushing as fast as you can throughout the entire range of motion, compensatory acceleration. So all I did on the beginner version is I just left out the velocity. So like I just wanted to make it less confusing, and I don't mean it to be confusing. I just want it to be, I want it to serve all of you. So the bench press, the reason I'm just giving you the reason I wrote dynamic or / volume day, it's dynamic effort day. So you can totally forget that's written in there, but it's bench press. 4 sets of 5 at 75%. That's probably going to happen around 0.47 meters per second. Yeah, otherwise, just do 4x5 at 75%. If you don't know what your 1RM bench press is, just do 4 sets of 5 with something that's not hard, hard but not very hard, That's easy. Just do, and then next week do a little bit more when we do the 5s. Pull-ups, 3 sets of 8. If you can't do pull-ups, just do pull-downs. And I want you to alternate your grip, regardless of which one you do it. Finally, the seated dumbbell power cleans, I left those in there from last year because they're so good for people who are benching and for doing cleans because you're going to get external rotation. I think there's a pretty good video. Oh, by the way, if you guys will go to the on the Coach Travis Smash Instagram, there is a spring cleaning FAQ section in my highlights. A lot of these exercises are in there, and I'll go check. And if they're not, I will record videos today, and I'll post them throughout the day. Face pulls, that's just where you do like either a cable or a band or TRX. So I just wrote all 3 depending on what you have. You just pull it, and I want to get even more external rotation. and pulling back towards the face. And so the reason I want to do the dumbbells is because there's a different pull. There's a different line of pull, line of force pull. So when you're doing the dumbbells, it's pulling straight down. When you're doing bands, it's pulling horizontally. So you're really, strengthening that rotator cuff, I guess, shoulders, external rotation of the shoulders in two different ways. Hope that explains everything, and I'm sure I'll be answering questions regardless. So, and I look forward to it. I really love this community that Sorinex has formed. So I take it very seriously. If you guys want changes, I changed yesterday, and you'll notice that today's format is very similar to last year's. Thanks, guys.